Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, back again to do another Reading 101. This time I'm going to be looking at a Brad Paisley solo. This is one of our Patreon monthly transcription challenges, and we use it as one of the focuses for a Reading 101. For those unfamiliar, a Reading 101 is where we learn to play something solely by reading it, so not listening at all. It helps us to develop our ability to understand rhythm, and that in turn helps your transcription skills. If you can read something and understand or interpret how it's going to sound, then that should mean that when it comes to hearing things, you can hear them and understand or interpret what they're going to look like when they're written down. So, as I say, this is a Brad Paisley solo. Brad Paisley, well known for his G-bender, not on the signature model though for some reason. So I'm using my Gibson Music City Junior. This has a G bender on it, meaning when I pluck my G string and push down on the neck, I can move that G string up, and that gets me some cool, very cool sounds. Anyway, so let's take a look at the solo. So here we go. Now, as you can see, it's a short solo, and it's all I wanted was a car. So it's 10 bars long. Very simple. And we're just going to tackle it bar at a time. Nice and easy. The best way to do these things. So just looking at this first bar, it begins on the it begins on beat 3. Beats 1 and 2 are a rest, beat 3 and beat 4. So just looking at beat 3, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's 2 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. When we look at the next beat, we have 1 and 2, 2 16th notes followed by an 8th note. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. Now when I put those two things together, we'd have 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice and easy. Next bar. Now, should really tie that, but I'll do that after. Just got 8th notes, but I've put little staccato dots in on these notes, and there's some slides. So, should just be 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but paying attention to where those slides fall. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Actually, I'm going to refinger that. I'm sure I'd refinger. I had a program crash. That's what that was. So. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now when I plug that in from the previous bar, we'd have 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Put too much value on that slide there. Now this is where the G bender kicks in. So he hits this 5th fret G, and as you can see, we've shifted from 8th notes into triplets now. Getting used to counting that or feeling that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's a good way to practice your reading skills. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Too much clicking for me there, really. So if I just look at bar 3, we have this 3. Well, I need to play the and of 4 because it's tied across. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and. So that's. I'll tell you what. I will play that 5th fret, this note here, and just apply the bend straight away. So 1 and pre-bend on the G bender, pull off to the first fret. Now getting that in after the previous bar, difficult. 3 and 4 and. Let's just highlight what I'm doing there. 3 and 4 and. Simple rhythms. Now, this next bar, again, we've upped the pace a little bit, some 16th notes to worry about now, but still, simple rhythms. Beat 1 is an 8th note, 2 16th notes, 4 16th notes, 4 16th notes, and 4 16th notes. Quite why that is displaying as sharps, I don't know. Oh, fix that. So again, beat 1. 1 E and 1 E and 1 E and beat 2. Now you're having to hold that G bender down for that. And then we release. So you have this 3, 4. Which is, you know, typical Brad Paisley G bender stuff. Pretty simple. Well, pretty tricky, but as far as Brad goes, that's simple. And then I'll just add in this next bar. So, as you can see, we've got some complexities in our rhythm. 16th notes, 1 E and then we've got a triplet, followed by 2 16th notes. So this one triplet 4 and triplet da 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 sorry da 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 da. If I look at the notes. And that, again, I'm doing that with the G bender, so. Now if I plug this entire bar together, this entire line, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the entire thing up until that point, we have 1, 2, 3, and. Sounds right to me. Now, as the solo continues, more G bender trickery. You have this. So we have to get used to the basic rhythm, and what we have is a repeating motif of, well, it's that repeats and then moves up. It fights the beat. But if we just process it, beat at a time again, beat 1. So it's pre-bent, open and first fret B. It's like an F triad. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and beat 2. Sorry. But really what we want to work on is that, because that's the repeating motif. So we have and then that repeats on a different chord there. When we put them together, and then moving on to the next, same thing. Put the 3 together. And then the final one. Now when we put that all together, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Final phrase. Now this could be done with a G bender or with a finger bend. I feel like it's a finger bend. Ultimately that's down to you. I'm finger bending it. So we have, and this is important, the note is played on the first 16th note, then bent on the second 16th note. So you have 1 E. It's not, it's so 2 beats of that here, and then moving into the next bar, just straight 16th notes. Now we have these triplet pattern. So dagga da 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 dagga da dagga da dagga da 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 dagga da dagga da, and it's pull off open strings. So and then to end, descending sixths that sound like this. So again, practicing each rhythm as its own entity. 3, 4. Second part. 3, 4. And then 3, 4. And then your final part. Now, there's a lot there. Let me just look at the entire solo for you, and I'll read the entire thing rhythmically. So we have 1, 2, 3. So apart from that little gaff in there, let's try that one more time a little bit faster for you. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Just about nailed that there. So very, very cool solo. And yeah, it's all about, I mean, these videos aren't really about learning to play like Brad, it's about learning to interpret a piece of sheet music. And I definitely think that that was, yeah, fun to do. So let me just do that one more time. I'll full screen it so you can see me do that up close. That's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. One more time. 3, 4, 1, 2. Very cool. And there we have it. One more example of the good old Reading 101. Hopefully you got something from that. And if not, I apologise profusely. If you have enjoyed that, you can check me out on Patreon by clicking that button up there. Subscribe by clicking this little button down here. And check out 2 more of my videos there and there. I'm sure you will get lots of cool stuff out of them. And if you don't, I will give you your money back, I promise. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you for another video soon. Bye.